Thanks for joining Dad's Cologne drawer today. We're talking about, well, definitely my wife's favorite fragrance that I own, Agua Brava from 1968. This was the first bottle I bought. It's a really good deal. You can see the big old dent I made in it, and a dent does not lie. I used all this and shared very little of it. Yeah, this 6.8 bottle, was it 6.8, 6.7? I don't know, but you can buy it for probably like 26 bucks, something like that maybe. This fragrance does not last very long, and one of the first things that made me want to buy it was I was watching a Mr. Smelly video, and I was watching a fragrance matte video, a couple of them. And they both, I trust their taste in fragrances, especially fragrance matte. And yeah, they both had big dents in their bottles. And at the time I thought, man, that must mean they really wear them a lot, really like them. But I also came to realize it's because you have to use a lot of it. This is one that I would recommend putting on fabric, just like a lot. I just take this out and I put it in a travel atomizer so I can spray it, because there's no way to spray this one. It's just an old-fashioned, very old-fashioned, put this thing on, get ready for your day. It's from Spain. It's from 1968, and it's a really interesting fragrance. It's very woodsy, but also citrusy. If you like things like Acqua di Parma and some of the things they put out, I think you'd like this. Joe from Joe Smells Good, I introduced him to this.
Man, this is really good, actually.
And he really liked it. He featured it on one of his videos. Yeah, so the government in 1968 in Spain was very much like an authoritarian one, where there was a lot of repression going on, and a lot of intellectuals and churches and things that were coming up, against the government to try to, change things. And to have a scent like this come out during that period is really special, because it's really not, there's a little scrub jay, we'll see if he ends up in the shot, I don't know, he's my little buddy. We'll see if, I was gonna say, yeah, it's a really interesting scent. It starts off citrusy with the lemon, and then the notes that really shine for me in this are pine and bay leaf. So there was a bay leaf tree, or a laurel tree, that grew wild up in the mountains where I used to live when I was a kid. And it was really fragrant. Like, you didn't even have to touch it. You just walk past it and it would just the scent would just waft in the air. It was really, it was sort of like on the, sort of like eucalyptus, but not quite. I think it was a more interesting scent. That was a bottle I got, but then this is the second bottle I got. I found this one for, gosh, it was like a really good deal, also around 25 bucks. But this one was, I think 35. But this one is a vintage one that I got. It's from 1995, and you can see the cap is a little bit different. But this is a spray-on. Now, when I wear this, yeah, like I said, my wife is a huge fan of it. I always go, on the shoulder here, this sleeve, and then usually the back. But this one, you could seriously, you got to reapply it throughout the day. But it's such an interesting fragrance that, it's completely worth it. I want to get the new one, which is an EDT, and I've always said I would trade half my collection just for an EDT version of this that lasts, because, I don't mind replaying it throughout the day, but it would be nice to have something that stays with you and kind of envelops you, because this scent profile is just so beautiful, and it's so worth having in your collection as a man. It's something that it's polarizing. Some people don't really care for it because it might smell old-fashioned to some people. The thing I love about this is there's no powderiness. It's all about the citruses and the green notes. So I was reading reviews and on Fragrantica and stuff like that. And obviously, people have their own taste in what they like to wear. Some people want to wear something really loud, really sweet, something that gets the attention of, people around them. This is just a very gentlemanly scent that just kind of keeps close, and it's very natural. It's very much like you're going outdoors, you're spending time in nature, but it's just something that people are going to catch in the air if you wear it and just be like, oh, that's really different. I really like that. It's not like obtrusive at all. And the reviews I read on it, the negative ones actually attracted me to it the most. One of them said like, "Oh, this is great if you want to smell like a 50-year-old Spanish priest." And then one of them said, "Oh, this smells like you cooked a big Italian dinner and went walking in the woods afterward." And one said, "Oh, it smells like my grandma's hair after she makes spaghetti sauce." And I'm just like, all those things sound great. Like, I'm happy to smell like any of those things. Like, yeah, it was a big hit. My wife loves it. Highly recommend picking this up. It's a really special fragrance, and it's just one of my favorites in my collection, like in my top 5. I try to keep my collection below 20. I think right now I'm at like 15. And there's a few that I want to pick up. The next one is a full bottle of Lauder for Men by Estee Lauder, which I'll do a review of coming up here pretty quick. But yeah, this one, highly recommend for anybody who's into citruses or greens. Like I said, the 3 things that stand out the most to me, especially in this bottle, well, the 2 in this bottle is the pine and the bay leaf. The citruses in this naturally kind of wore off a little bit, but it's such a good smell. Yeah, if you can find a vintage one, pick it up because they're really inexpensive. I mean, the glass is not anything special. It's like just an old-fashioned bottle. I mean, it's not. Could just as easily be like a bottle of like soda from Mexico or something like that. It's not thick. It's not too fancy. I'm interested to see what the new one looks like, or even if it has a sprayer. I've only seen photos, but you can't even tell if there's if this is inside it. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. I have a couple friends that are going to be going to Spain next month, and they're going to be looking for a bottle for me. So I have some money saved up, and we'll see how it goes because it's definitely a lot more expensive than this one. So anyway, yeah, check it out. That's my review of Agua Brava, which is just a near and dear to my heart fragrance, and I hope you pick it up. And if you do, let me know in the comments what you thought. Yeah, and until next time, it's better to smell like a dad than smell like a Chad. See you in the next one.